Yep. So
Serious stuff.
yeah, she's driving my car. It's dropped off right now. My parents haven't used it too much, so I just had it dropped off and make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
It's kind of been sitting.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, it's at home. It's actually at the shop right now. So.
At the shop.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. All right, let's do this. Today we are gonna talk about anger.
Wow, anger. You don't get angry. Perfect thoughts.
I'm telling you.
Perfect thoughts. I never get angry.
No,
That's a good one. Well, you hit on the spot, bro.
Angry from last night.
Mr. Justin, wake up, sir. Here, we got a handout. Go get a handout, please.
Hey, you listen to everything?
Let me give you my medication.
I just.
No,
Why?
I ain't gonna grab my sinus.
What is it that you need?
But there's certain things I smell.
You going through it?
Yeah.
I smell. It just.
Do they not have it, or they're
Keep
going to
circling
figure it out?
around saying the fucking hospital don't have any medication.
But does somebody have to go pick it up for you?
No, they say they don't even have it there, it's on stock.
What? Oh my goodness. So how long you have to wait?
She's gonna get high.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Okay, so, after we do the group, like 10 minutes after, we'll do MRT today also. Who here is doing MRT? One, person, two,
Who is this not raising my hand?
you do mine as well, because you're going.
I know, I'm doing MRT. I'm
Yes,
just-
you
I was-
are.
I was
How many
kidding.
weeks has it been now?
Like maybe a week and a half. I think.
No,
Shut up, Eddie.
no.
A week and a half of what?
Procrastination.
Of you having it done, and you don't wanna show it to me?
Is it something that I should do?
Yeah,
It would work. It's how
positive reinforcement for your reading.
I recommend you to do that.
Okay.
I really recommend you to
I mean, I got a lot of issues, you know.
I mean that's part of, I think you will get a lot out of it,
Okay.
and it would help you with your time here in the program and how to deal with certain
Yeah,
people.
man.
That book is really good.
I
Yes.
mean, you gotta have the book every time. I mean, I
Start reading the first 40 pages. That's a good book.
And it'll help you with real life events.
Yes, it will.
Old trust.
We're nothing but good things so far, so.
Yeah, but you know, you always wanna be on the know. You always wanna be ready. You always wanna be geared, you always wanna be ready, because if somebody ever wanna come at you and antagonize you, you wanna know the skill set you need, so you don't let your emotions take the best of you. Because those emotions, man, they'll start punching out of your shirt. Before you know it, it's like you see your shirt moving.
And
Yeah,
you will
go
get
ahead,
that a
go
lot here in
ahead.
this program. A lot of antagonism, you will get a lot of that in this program.
Antagonizing.
Get to work on that book. That'll be a good.
Yeah, it's a good reference. Okay, so how anger management improves our lives? Do you believe that? Anger management, not anger. Anger management improves your life.
Gotta take a look at those classes.
Yeah, man. So, you know, they say that you should always learn something every single day, right? Even though you know the stuff is going, it's always good to go back and kind of rehash, pull back out of that tool belt, make sure, okay, yeah, I did, okay. Anger can be described as an intense emotion in response to feelings of opposition or hostility to something or someone. Uncontrolled anger can produce emotional outbursts or aggressive behavior. Uncontrolled. Let's underline that word. All right. So controlled anger is when you're able to utilize your coping skills, utilize your breathing techniques. Maybe you might hit a prayer real quick right under your mask, and focus on what is it that's more important to you, what is of your value. Staying focused and grounded will always help you, so you don't let your emotions get in the way. Why are you frowning? You've heard this before. eye twitches. So, not letting your emotions take over, not answering back, not losing control over the situation. Because when you or someone comes at you and starts to antagonize you, and you don't keep your cool, and the person who's next to you is not your friend, they're not going to say nothing in your behalf.
That's what you're gonna do.
So you gotta look out for
Yes,
your
they
own
will.
self.
Yes, they will. They'll add more fruit to the flame.
Yes. So just so you know, and a lot of times you should look out for yourself, the me, the I, the you, because it's on you. You know, only you know what situation you're in. Only you know what is, or what are your responsibilities. Only you know what is it that people are expecting you to do. And if you just lash out of control, just think about it. There's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna just sit there and watch you mess up, and then laugh.
As you get your ass kicked.
Hmm?
As you get your butt kicked, because that can happen too.
Oh yeah, most of you think how many people hands don't itch to do that?
A lot.
Many.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the control version. The uncontrolled version is emotional outburst. When somebody just, gets us upset, your adrenaline rush kicks in, your hands are cold, shivering, shaking, yeah, your face is probably high, your ears are high, you're like, my stomach is going one big circle. But if you know how to manage your emotions, a lot of people say that, but they don't know how to do that. You just write it out. Get up, go where you need to go, and don't bother with it. Because a lot of times it's somebody just poking until they get a reaction out of you. And let me tell you, if you are the reactant, you're also the loser. Because a lot of people will watch you fail, a lot of people will sit back and fold their arms and watch you mess up, and then come back and tell you, well, you have to do a lot of homework now because you don't know how to do your coping skills.
Mm.
Instead of saying, what is it that you were stressing? Instead of saying, what was the root of the problem? Instead of saying, why didn't you talk to your counselor about your problem? Or, well, in that situation. In other situations, it's more like, why don't you just let things go? Or why don't you just allow somebody to do what they have to do because you're not doing the job? Somebody else was assigned to do because you don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
So there's always two sides of the story, but just remember that if those people are not really your friends, you will see. I've seen a lot of things today. Just today.
I did a lot of things in the last 6 months.
You've seen a lot of things in the last 48 hours.
A lot of things don't last 24 hours.
That's crazy.
24 hours is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. And then the person is looking right at you.
And laughing in your face.
Yeah, laugh at you.
No, they're like cringing and trying, like
Oh,
breaking
yeah.
their own jaw because
Yeah.
they're trying to like, how do I sabotage this person?
Yup.
And they're like, and you're like, oh, your smile is too weird, but all right, whatever, I'm gonna keep it moving this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you manage yourselves? How do you manage your anger? How do you manage your emotions? I hate that. Manage your emotions? That's bullshit. I
Yeah.
think that's bullshit.
Well, I mean, I think you should be able to, because, I mean, me,
Mm-hmm.
I act out on my emotions, and that's never a good thing. Because I mean, that's why I think it's honestly better to know how to control your emotions. Because me, I act out a lot of my emotions, and that is my defect. Instead of just knowing that's an emotion, it doesn't have to be like that the whole day, and actually open and express myself. Instead of just holding it inside and just dwelling on that emotion and acting out on it, you just should I mean, it's easier said than done because sometimes it's hard. It's fucking hard, especially when you know they're just fucking just poking. And that way, don't do it because you're not ready for this. You're really not ready for this. So it's very difficult, but I guess once I start opening up and seeing different outlooks on it and like I don't get the same results as if I was just to keep it inside, dwell on it, think about it for 3 days, and then act out on it. That's just, It's just to me, it's something normal, because that's all I know, just to keep it inside, dwell on it. I'm a man. I'm not supposed to be opening up, showing these feelings. I'm not supposed to be an emotional bitch. So yes.
Okay, well, but suppressing and always hiding your feelings and, putting them down and,
It's a lot worse. Yeah.
makes it a lot worse because it's like the Coke bottle experience. What is it? Coke bottle experiment.
Yeah.
That how much soda you're gonna put in this bottle before you know it, it's either gonna go over or you're gonna shake it so much that when you open it, it's just gonna go everywhere. And that's sometimes the things that we don't want to do. We never want to allow somebody to really go ahead and coerce your feelings and take your mind and try to like turn it so you can feel that it's your fault, that it was you the one. It wasn't me. It's you're the one. Trying to turn things on you that if you allow it, they will sit there and watch you do that. That's why you always have to be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of the people who are in your corner, who are next to you. Be mindful of the people who will talk to you, will say hello to you, and then you know that same person is probably the worst person that is ever in your life at that time. Because a lot of times people want to give that whole persona of, I'm your friend, trust me, listen. And you start over time, you do develop that friendship. And then lo and behold, then you find out that
They backstab.
this person is like
They throwing you on the bus.
and kicking you when you're down.
Yeah. Instead of helping you out.
Yeah. So
There's shit you talk about.
yeah, man. So I guess I guess what I'm taking out of this is you do the work that you have to do. I mind my business. You'll never find me in the loop of the gossip, but I guess I'm always dragged into it. I don't know why. I don't care.
They want
I
you
want
to
to partake in it.
They want your chair. I'm telling you. They want to be you so bad. It's like, like
A lot of people pray for your downfall.
that's what
Yeah,
it
they
is.
want you.
They want you
to
to
fail. Because again, they're jealous.
Yeah, they're very jealous. Jealousy. I've seen that here a lot. It's
I
like
see that.
jealousy, envy, and it's like, wow, this is supposed to be a place where, like, what the fuck? It's like,
Everybody should work together, right?
Yeah, they
Exactly.
don't.
With the mission of helping the client. It doesn't matter what you wear, what you're
Who
not
does- yeah,
wearing,
who does
how you
what?
smell, how you don't smell. Who cares?
A perfect
But-
example of not helping the clients is just the vending machine. You asked them, I don't know, before Thanksgiving. Can
Well,
you-
Patrick said today he was gonna take out the quarters in the middle one because that's fully placed. I mean, but
What happened?
There's no soda in the soda machines. There's ginger ale, that's it. And it's been like that, I don't know for what, 2
so we, I mean,
Not a week.
shit like that. I mean, that's just
Yeah, but it still sucks because you ask them,
That's the
you know,
reason.
and that's supposed to help us, like with our, make things a little more comfortable for us, because this isn't a
Yeah,
comfortable,
when
you should not be comfortable here, right?
Hey, when you bring it to his attention, he get a little, he throw you off.
Yeah.
that's
it's
why
what
you do what you gotta do.
What you get out of it, right.
What
And
you
you're not
get out of this
supposed to be
program,
comfortable.
and not to fucking come back here, so you ain't gotta deal with that.
Yeah, because that's so petty to even talk about it.
Because you can go out in the streets and be like, let me go to this vending machine, or the fucking, let me go
But
to the gas
here,
station.
you go to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, go and sell up, buy
Cheaper.
whatever you want.
Walmart, get the bigger box.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how petty
You
this shit is.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's petty. I mean, here, like, wow.
It's dumb.
Yo. I mean, this place is good and it's bad because it's like, well, I mean, you could get a lot out of
You
here,
can't. You
but
can't.
it's like, yo, I'm
At the
I'm
same
definitely not coming back to this shit because I don't want to have to deal when to
That's
get,
why.
telling me when to get up. I'm not in prison. When to eat.
What?
What to
What to
eat?
eat, what music
I can't have what I want to drink when I'm sitting. Like, I don't know. That's not.
It has to be water when, what is the
Yeah,
difference between water and his juice in a clear container? Not a damn thing.
That's crazy. That's just. I mean, that's
That's
just
childish. Grown ass men.
That's just crazy. Yeah. It's just like it's crazy. But that's to go show that out there we have to cherish a lot
Every
more.
moment you get out there.
You have to cherish it because, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have some trials and tribulations out there, Oh, but it's so
It's
much.
not-
It's so much different because you can actually just be the bigger person and just fucking leave.
And when you leave, you don't have to see that person
If
again.
you don't got exactly, you ain't got, it's like, but now if it's a job related, it's different because it's like, damn, you know what? This pays my bills.
And that's when you learn to use your coping skills, or you pull your coping skills out of your bag of tricks, whatever you want to call it, and utilize those to keep you from exploding on your coworker or your supervisor or whatever, to where it puts you in jeopardy to lose your job.
But even though you gotta put them in the place, it'll be good to put them in the place.
Yeah,
where they really
absolutely,
need to be put in the
absolutely.
place. It's like, yeah, I'm not
Mhm.
that person to be fucked with. Like I know
And you have to pick your battles.
exactly. That's yeah.
Pick your battles.
But you know what though, I think certain people are stereotyped and they know that's what they expect from somebody. Oh, if I just do this, I know this person's gonna explode. So why satisfy them? 'Cause they're not gonna lose no sleep. They still got a job.
No, their whole
They
mission
want to
is
go
to-
exact. Their ambition is that's kind of sick. I think they should have like some type of class for that because that's actually sick. You sleep, you dwell. Your whole focus is on just to get one person mad. Yo, like I mean,
What is
we're
that?
we're,
Is
we're
that
the
narcissistic? Is that
No,
classified
that's more of vindictive.
vindictive? Okay.
I mean, I know we're all addicts, but that's right there. I mean,
That's just evil. That's just being.
I'd rather be an addict 10 times more than just fucking
Vindictive.
actually
Being a vindictive.
my whole day when I wake up till I go to sleep. To like everything is just like I want. What can I do to mess up this person and make this person a living hell? It's like, bro, that's just not right. And then it's crazy because you actually see that here, and this is not the place where you're supposed to see that. And it's it's like wow, you know, like
I got mad one time at work with a customer. It's the only time I've ever gotten mad at a customer. The guy bitched me out because I pulled his airplane out. He had a Citation Sovereign. It's like I don't know, it was brand new, so it was probably like $60 million or something like that. So I towed it out. I towed it out from the hangar. I towed it onto what we call the line. At the time, it was the West Line. So I parked the aircraft at an angle, and it's a large aircraft. So I didn't see that it was the left wing. There was a puddle, just a small puddle right by the left wing. And you know anything about aircrafts, the cargo door, the cargo door is always on the left side, and the passenger where you board and deboard is always on the left side, and the fuel is always on the right side. Well, he was doing what they call a walk around or a pre-check, and he walked around and he had to step over the puddle. And because he had to do that, he came over and literally bitched me out. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And I tried to apologize and rectify the situation, but he kept going at me. And finally I was like, you don't have to be rude or be a dick. That's what I said to him. He told, obviously he told my supervisor, but I didn't care. I was not having it. You cannot demoralize another person. If you're unhappy about something, complain. I'm sorry. I will rectify. I'll move the airplane. Don't be a dick. And that guy was a dick.
yeah,
And he got off on it, and I told him not to be a dick, and I kind of got in trouble a little bit, but I felt good.
You know how much money I have.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole mental.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
whole
the mentality.
attitude he was portraying. Is I'm a millionaire. I have this brand new $60 million airplane,
How dare
and I have to. How dare you park it where I have to step over a puddle?
like
I want a rug. That's what it is. I want a rug.
welcome to the real world, dude.
you want a red carpet?
Oh, no, they
Red
have
carpet?
red carpet. That's the funny thing is they use red carpets.
What?
Yeah.
We use red carpets.
Yeah, to walk.
You put out-
private planes and shit. They use red carpet.
So
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, DJ Khaled, every time, because he flies out of where I work, so I saw him all the time. If you go back on his Instagram, it's funny because he always shoots Instagram stuff, and I don't like pictures. I don't like my picture taken. I don't want to be in the video, none of that. And everywhere I stood, away from the airplane, away from him, I was always in the stupid Instagram shit because people would text me like, "Oh, we saw you with DJ Khaled." I'm like, I'm not with him. I'm at work. I'm not part of that. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
That's great.
But he's got his carpet. What's his catchphrase? We got
We the best.
we the best. Yeah, we the best.
Another one.
Yeah,
That's another one.
But
Another one.
He's got we the best.
And another one.
And him and his personal assistant, and the engineer, and there's like 3 people that come out ahead of him because he's got a white Bentley.
You have the what?
White Bentley.
Yeah.
that he drives around, he'll come out, he'll have the top down, but he'll have like a videographer there and all this other crap, because he doesn't like to fly. Yeah, he's absolutely terrified of flying. He just started flying within the last 2 years.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say because he's
Yeah,
the owner of a jet.
No, that's where Instagram is.
Ah,
That's
so
how
it's not true. Huh?
No, he don't own an airplane. No, he flies on a Global Express. It's from, Citation Sovereign, yeah. He rents it. It's a rental. He pays X amount of dollars to rent the airplane. And then what he does is when the assistant and all them come out, they come out ahead of time because the airplane will either land the day before or it'll land like 2 or 3 hours before his departure so
Yeah.
we can get it ready.
Yeah.
So we have to help get the aircraft ready. We fuel it. We make sure that all of his, because usually they bring the bags ahead of time. So we load all of his shit. And then we'll set up like fresh flowers inside. He has pictures of his boy. And so it looks like his airplane. And that's the way he portrays it. It's his airplane.
So
He's got
it's
pictures of his
rental.
family. And yeah, it's a rental. And he sets it up. And it's 906 Delta Alpha. It's the aircraft he always flies.
Typical freaking entrepreneur. They always sell it.
Alpha.
How much you think it costs for real?
It's like, so for the Global Express that he flies on, you're looking around $8,500 an hour. Plus you have to pay for, when you
Fuel?
go to the FBO, just to land. So if you land at Fort Lauderdale, it's X amount of dollars per weight of how much the aircraft actually weighs. You have to pay a fee to the city for the weight of the aircraft.
How about the fuel?
Yeah, so the fuel, you're looking around anywhere between like when I was there, we would sell between like $4.75 and $5.90, depending. Now, if you get avgas, which is not jet fuel, jet fuel is kerosene based and avgas is gasoline. Avgas is like $7 to $9 a gallon. But if you fill up a Global, say a Global Express like he flies on, you take 509, they're going to take an average of 500 gallons, just on average. So 500.
Man.
Yeah, 500 gallons. That's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. If they tanker up, you're talking around 7,000 gallons to 14,000 gallons. When we do military aircraft, they can take up to 35,000 gallons. I fueled C5
Going
Galaxies.
there when you get out?
Huh?
You going back there when you get out?
Yeah, that's all I've done since I was 15.
Wow.
Yeah, I got my pilot license when I was 15.
Cool.
So that's all I did. But not to get off subject, sorry about that.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's expensive to do
Wow.
that.
Well, he has money, so he doesn't care.
Hey, we're
What's
the
that?
best.
He has money, so he doesn't
He does, because all of it, even his little entourage that come out ahead of time, they're all driving Mercedes, Maybachs, and stuff like that. Maybachs, however you say that.
But on the reverse, for him to buy the plane and have to maintain it, it's way more expensive.
It is, but he got it, bro. He got it.
He has it. He's not gonna not.
Yeah,
He
but
got it. He
if you're
can
not-
do it.
Yeah, but if you're not gonna actually use it
Just
like
to
that,
be-
you might as well rent the shit.
I can
Why
tell
the
you
fuck burn
that.
the money like that?
Well, I can tell you that probably 80% of the celebrities that you see on Instagram or on TV or whatever, and they're flying in their private jets, they're not their
Yeah.
jets.
Yeah, they rent.
They're all rentals. Penelope Cruz, she rents hers. Her husband rents his. Or
That's that baby.
the guy that was in Old Country for No Men. Now, the one guy that owns his own airplane is Jimmy Buffett. He owns a Falcon 900, and then he owns a Cessna 208, which is on floats. And then he owns an Albatross, but he doesn't fly the Albatross anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's always high.
he's related to Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett owns like half the world.
Yeah, I don't know about half the world, but he
Yeah.
owns a lot. But Jimmy Buffett,
That's
Uh, he's funny because he would crash in a gate all the time because he's always high.
Wow.
So he always had somebody flying his planes because he's always stoned.
I can't call his name, but it's a dude, I think he worth 200 million.
I don't know. We know that they have a ridiculous amount of money is when these guys get off prior to them getting off, and they're like 3 times the size of people. They're like retired military, Navy SEAL, and they're the security. So they protect them. They're private security. So and then you grab their bags and they have like the tactical backpacks and all the like military backpacks and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. Wow.
Wow. Shit, that's a keep anger.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah.
It's a stressful job that you have to keep you can't get mad. Because if you get mad, you make a mistake, it's gonna cost you hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, or you're gonna kill someone.
Whoa.
You cannot
It's not.
make a mistake. It's not like, oh, I was late to group.
Yeah.
You cannot make a mistake. If you make a mistake, you lose your job or you lose your life or someone else does.
Somebody else's.
That's how dangerous that shit is.
And on that subject, sometimes we have to be, people hold us accountable for other people's lives. A lot of people's lives in here are put in our hands, and then they say, well, help this person. But it's not always, that
Right,
easy,
right.
because there's a lot of people who come here with different needs. And when you see somebody who's in need, and they're telling you, well, go help, and so you decide to go help, then you become a bad person. You're like, okay, well, then what the hell did you ask me to help then? So having your hands, having the responsibility of having other people's lives in hand is very stressful.
It sucks. I'm not gonna lie.
It's very stressful because
100%.
they do that to me a lot. And I tell you, sometimes I always say, tonight I want to go home, but tonight I want to put my head in my pillow and I want to rest, and I want to know that I did the best thing I could.
Yeah.
That I wasn't trying to be, deviant. I wasn't trying to lie. I wasn't trying to be mean. I really tried to help as best as I could. But that stress and that accountability that they put in your hands
And it's every day, all day.
every day, all day, and you're like, what? Okay, and then you hear, different things, and a lot of times you swear you're going by the book and what you're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden, well, something else derails, and nope, it's not that, it's this.
Yeah. And
But then we're still held accountable to fix the problem, to make sure the person gets it right, and it's like,
and it sucks.
well, and then I want to see that there's a progression being made.
Thank you. I hated that.
Progression? I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to progress. No, I'm not here to measure no one.
I hated
I'll give you the
that.
work and you do it, and I'll look at you raw, and if it doesn't make any sense, I'm gonna
Then
make
I'm
you
not
do it
gonna
again.
pass you. Yeah, you're gonna have to do it over.
But I'm not going to be measuring no one's progression. Okay.
So I had to train the people and send them through the National Transportation Aviation Association, NATA. And it's a 12 to 15 hour course where it just introduces you to line service, is what it's called. But my job was the operations manager, and I'm sure like you're on call. They can call you at home anytime they want, right? Text, call, email, that's how it was for me. And you get pilots that call you. So people that you don't even work for are calling you going, hey, my airplane's gonna be in such and such date. Can you give me hangar space? Or can you make sure that, because I don't know, I guess they like me, I did a good job. So they would call me when they were coming in, be like, I want you to make sure that you're there to receive the aircraft, to take care of my client and this and that. And that shit gets stressful. 'Cause you
Yeah,
have people
you,
calling
right? They're putting it on you.
Yeah, they're
You're
putting it
like,
on me, and I'm like, fuck, I got all this other shit to do.
yes.
I gotta get somebody that I can hopefully trust, because I can't be in 10 places at one time.
Take it in with it load up and everything.
Oh, we did everything, like even after the hurricanes, we loaded, man, I loaded so many shingles and so much tile, and I mean, it'd take me hours to tell you all the stuff I did in aviation. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff, a lot.
It is in the airport, or is it?
Yeah, this is at Fort Lauderdale. There's so much stuff, like we did, what was it? Basically, it was rescue animals, dogs. So they had this guy, he was a music producer in California. He owns 2 Brazilians, which are turboprop aircraft. And he would fly them down to Puerto Rico. And they would get all the dogs that are still running around down there. They would get them and they would fly them up to here, and then we would unload them. And then they would take them to the shelter, the non-kill shelters, and people would adopt them, or they would try to reunite them with their family and whatnot. So, I mean, we did tons of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had to load boards that are 20 feet long inside of a cargo hold that's almost 8 feet wide, and you've got to use 2 forklifts. So you raise it up, and you're this close to the aircraft skin with the tip of the fork. So, and there's 2 of you, so you're basically placing your career in that guy's hands, because you're taking turns lifting and turning and driving forward, and
That's, yeah, wow. That's
Scary
So what is
shit.
that position called?
You're a line service tech. That's what-
Line service tech.
Yeah, technician tech. So you start out as, and they have like levels. You're a level 1 to a level 5.
Yeah.
And then like mine, my job is the ops manager because I could do everything a line service tech does, but then I also did everything that, because the general manager didn't do shit. It's the worst.
You're that person.
Yeah, it's great because your next position is general manager where you're making over $100,000 a year, right?
You do scuba diving too?
No, it's like a trade
I
almost.
heard somebody say do scuba diving.
Not for a line service tech, no. I mean, you can get a degree in aviation or aircraft maintenance, something like that. But like with what I do, I can go anywhere in the world and go to an airport and be like, I can do this. And I could get a job with somebody. So
You need a license or just a degree?
it's a trade.
A trade?
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that
a
sounds
trade.
like a career in itself.
No, it is. It is.
It sounds like when you said tech, I was like tech? That
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah, it's technically everything about it's technical.
managerial position or like customs that you're this specific training you have to do this
So-
kind of work.
You have regulated garbage. When you're over at U.S. Customs, you have to have a customs seal, meaning you could never be arrested. Have nothing on your record. Because if you go over there and you don't have a customs seal and you step in a red box, there's a red box painted over there, and it's U.S. Customs. If you don't have a customs badge and you step in that red box, you can get fined $10,000 and your company can get fined $10,000 because you don't have the right to be over there and you're breaking a federal law.
Wow.
So there's a lot of laws that I had to learn, and I have to teach. My team was 45, depending between 45 to 52 people during season. I had to teach all of them what regulated trash is, what it means, how to dispose of it, how to operate over at customs, because there's a procedure. You have to you can't even take the garbage off the aircraft till the customs officer's out there. He runs a Geiger counter around the airplane to make sure there's no nuclear material on the plane. Like there's all kinds of crazy
Wow.
shit that goes on people have no idea about.
This is garbage.
This is for garbage, yeah, just garbage. They run a Geiger counter over it to make sure that nobody's trying to sneak any kind of nuclear material.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then there's procedures when you go inside, how you place the bags on the x-ray machine. And there's so many technical things. You got to know all this stuff, and it takes years to learn everything.
I can imagine.
That sounds like, yeah, that sounds.
What?
I ain't never flew in a plane before.
Really? You should. It's safe. It's like
It's
the safest thing.
It's good, I mean, it's nice.
What are you gonna do when you get out of here, Antonio? What are you doing? What are you gonna do when you leave here?
I was thinking not so long, a couple of minutes ago about getting most of my therapy, going to therapy, and try to just do the right thing and get contact with my daughter. Let's pray for the best, you know what I'm saying? But I still got some more court to do.
So you're gonna work?
Um,
Are you gonna work?
Now I got the disability on my shoulder.
You have the benefits already?
Now it's going through. I hope it
Process?
Yeah, process.
So are you gonna go to school?
I did that. I did
Just asking because
I did.
if you go home
I did
to,
what I did at Kaplan University. I did paralegal studies.
Kaplan?
Kaplan University. I
Kaplan.
did paralegal studies online.
Mhm. You graduated?
No, I have about 4 or 5 months left.
Oh,
And
should finish.
then my girl got into argument, we separated. So that threw me in trying to go at a student loan debt. So I think that's about $1,200. Then I did bagel. This started Galleria Mall.
Yeah.
It was another school called, it was bagel or something. And I did medical building code. But what I had a problem with was to get spelling words and do all that. So I think I did like 3-4 months.
So you know that when people are discharged from here or any program, you're going out with the notation that you're going to do well, right? Like you said, I'm gonna do well. Hope everything works out well. I pray that everything works out well. That's good. But what are you doing to really put what you're saying in action? I know you have kids. I know you need to go and.
I gotta set something on.
Mhm.
Well, I just say short term goals. No, short term goals to get to the long term.
So you being able to acknowledge that there's things that you need to do to stay busy and not get stressed out, not worry, not get angry, so you don't relapse, so you don't think about it. These are the things that we tell everybody. Like even you make sure you keep yourself busy. I know you are because you're children, but what about for you? What are the gains for yourselves? You go back to school, you're getting a certificate, you're getting a diploma, great. If you're going back to work, well, you're gonna start earning money, that's great. But then just go home and just sit there,
Couldn't do
like what
that.
you did here, well, no, it's a different ballgame now. Now you are going to be held accountable for a lot of stuff that you were not being held accountable in here. Groceries,
It's like make it or break it when you get out.
yeah,
You either do it or you're
or what?
destined to come right back here.
Right, and it doesn't have to be necessarily here, it could be
No, it'd be someplace else.
anywhere else,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I was thinking,
Jail,
Exactly.
hospital, whatever.
I was thinking about a lot of that. When I was listening to you, or about the airplane thing, I just off to the side and I'm thinking about what I'm going to try to do for myself.
Oh, good.
Make it different. And then this one right here say, I got a little girl and I have not seen her in about 10 months now. She's going on a year old. And just that the anger issues and her reading management can help necessary for a healthy relationship. So, I look at it like, I made some bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I try to keep myself up and be like everything on trying to like it was verse in the beginning, in the beginning, but at the end it won't begin. That's what I keep trying to tell myself. And with me and my mom, what upsets me is when I have a conversation with her. It's like she come with a negative thought. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that negative energy to be like, oh, she ain't gonna let you stay there, or she gonna do the same thing. I'm like, why would you say something like that? And I don't know. I guess it's my mama getting at a certain age. They from the old school, and I always believe that it's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Like you tell my mom, I say, you don't know how things. You can't say that. Why you keep saying that every time I talk to you? You giving me negative. You're not giving me nothing. All right, so this time, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do better, and you know what you gotta do, but you come with this. Oh, you ain't gonna be able to do that. That's what makes me mad. Because you keep down with it. You know what I'm saying? And I keep trying to tell you the same thing. Stop doing it. Stop that doing it. I'm gonna let it say close the room doors. You argue with your mom, so that's what I do. But then my mom will get loud. Stop turning up the TV. But that's what my brother said I do, And I be like, Mom, you gotta stop it.
When you go back to your mom's house?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this morning when she came last night, I talked to her, and I felt it real bad last night. You understand? Because I felt that everybody was turning their back on me. And I did a lot of good for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling myself, they probably don't get me good. I just gotta stay strong. You know what I'm saying? And then I hear that. And then I go back and tell her, I said, see, you see now I'm being able to come home, but see, you can't speak bad. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. And my auntie, she'll say, oh, when I came to the house, she was like, oh, your mom brought you a lot of clothes, like you moving in. I mean, like, why did you accept me to say something like that? And I don't like that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's when you see.
So you said your aunt did that?
Yeah.
Because you're going to your aunt's after you get out of here?
Yeah, when I was going through a lot on the street.
Oh, okay.
I went to her house. And she said, I can come there and I have to pay nothing and everything. But when I come with my things, you know what I'm saying? With just a basket and another basket.
That's messed up.
Then she'll come with this. Why did your mom pack you all that stuff? It's like you trying to move in. And I be like, I ain't thinking like that. And that's how they think, you know what I'm saying? I guess my auntie type of person, Derek, that's Derek. That's Bubba. She'll call Derek Bubba. Bubba Derek. I guess it's that kind of disease. What I didn't think
Alzheimer's?
I don't know. It comes from drinking Coca-Cola. You know, what they call the people back in the days that get a slip of mind? It's a word.
Dementia?
Dementia or Alzheimer's or?
It has to be dementia. You lose a thought, you lose your memory for seconds.
She'll be tripping, you know what I'm saying?
That's dementia. She's probably gonna hit Alzheimer's very soon.
You know?
Yeah, because you usually have dementia before, right?
Yeah, it's in increments.
My mama's 65. I think
Maybe that
she's
dementia
67.
también.
She's 67. And when I was at the house, she'd be like, she's her neighbor. And we'll sit out there just one morning and then she got talking about her neighbor. I said, man, how you do that? You talking about your neighbor so bad like that? And I'm telling her, she don't see that shit. And then one day I swear, we was watching news. It was this year, and I know y'all call that heard of the It's when the gaming boys had in the school where they was at where they raced go-karts that you could go like Grand Prix thing like that.
Oh, yeah.
And they jumped on the boy.
Yeah, I heard.
And they all went to jail. And she was like, and I'm sitting there looking at they bullying me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing on TV, and I was like, oh, his punk fat ass, yeah, like he can't fight. He's a faggot. I'm like, Lou,
That's a lot
I'm
of
a
people.
sense to tell you, this man can't defend himself. He got about 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's, nobody can.
Real people
I don't-
whoop your ass.
I don't care who you are.
And then she be telling like, that's good for his ass. I'm like, man, but this one coming through too. And I'm like, I had to tell her about it. I said, man can't defend himself. I said, I hope all of them get caught. And they found out, a couple months, all of them did it, and they got punished for that. They beat all of them, and I think it was 2 of them. They got, my 5 or 6 of them got the younger one, and then they ended up jumping on another one. They all ran.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things that, not just you, okay? But there's a lot of things that sometimes people will say to us and do to us that, will bother us, especially when they know that if they say or do something, it's gonna bother you. They initiated to come to you and they started some shit with you. So just always remember, Antonio, that you have to be a bigger and better person. Okay, always take, like Michelle Obama says, take the higher route. You know, everybody's here low, take the higher route, because you always want to pull yourself away from the crowd. And if you know that, I know we had a conversation earlier, but if you know that somebody or anybody, you know that somebody's gonna come at you and start some nonsense, have your plan, you know? And not just saying one specific person, but anybody comes at you with some nonsense, have a plan where you can say, you know what? I will listen to you for like 5 seconds, but once you start disrespecting me, I'm going to take a walk. Because if you're sitting down in a chair and somebody gets up and they come to you and they're doing one of these postures, okay, you know the person is not gonna talk. Because if I wanna speak with you, I'm gonna pull the chair, I'm gonna speak with you, I'm gonna speak with you like a person. But if a person wants to come and they stand over you, or they are standing and they're looking at you, that person's intentions are not good.
I had somebody do that to me here.
Yeah, my mama friends to tell my mom about when I was in a relationship with a girl, and my mom friends like, why you always in the church? Business with what is going on, and she used to tell my mom, let church make his own decision. I'm like, Mom, look, this next year I'll be 48 years old.
How old?
48.
48?
I'll be 48. In 7 more months. No, I think, don't say.
You're 47
No, I'll be 48. You'll be 44.
in 7 months.
So it's
7 more months. I'll be 48. You see it?
Okay,
6.5 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks or something. I'll be 48 years old.
okay.
And my friends always tell my mom, stop in church business, and she just went to it. I mean, one time I got to the point that I made my mom feel like I was taking my girlfriend's side and listening to her. It made her cry. It actually made her cry.
You were in between two women.
That's never good.
Yo.
Never good.
And
Oh,
if
they
I
both
got-
love you.
If I got her hair did, I'm
One
going
time.
to you gotta get my hair done.
It's not one of them.
You understand? And I'm like, oh.
Especially the Latina. That's no.
Your wife is Latina? Your wife is Spanish?
Who?
Your wife is Spanish?
My work.
No,
No.
your wife's Spanish.
Uh-uh.
No, I'm saying, especially Latina.
I had a Spanish one, baby.
Yeah, but you, hey, boy, listen.
Yeah, what's in
Now
the-
you got mama, but like one got to go. One got to go because your wife, you gonna let your mom talk to you, little boy.
They wouldn't call me mama.
No, I didn't know
Mama
that.
boy. And I hate that.
Exactly, so that's what you have, like I said, take the higher route. You take your girlfriend, go outside. Take your mother, go to the next room. If not, get out.
Oh yeah, you know, definitely get out. Mama's going, pussy, mama's
Yes.
going, get out,
Yes, I'm leaving, yes,
Antonio,
I'm going to go outside.
get out, yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea to go there?
I got to look. Well, when I was there last, I was telling her that I stayed in the house. I did not say no socialize with my neighbors or nothing.
Oh, no, I mean, just with your mom.
I know.
She's making you mad. I don't want her to make you
I don't know
mad.
how it's gonna be there, but like, when I told her about what happened, she was like, "Oh yeah, that's good. I know she won't be back, but you know, I don't know, we maybe move to another area or whatever, but we just I have to try to find another woman to cope with her mom and try to sit out and tell her how I'm feeling about her the smart comment.
Yeah, you gotta put your foot down and like, you gotta have a strong demeanor. I mean, I know that little girl, but you gotta show her, yo, I changed. That was back then, and this is what you gotta put your foot there. You gotta be like, yo, we're not. This is what we're not gonna do. You're not gonna put me down because.
Been in class?
Soon as she get
I'm sorry?
get
Margaret
that
has
way,
been in class? Yes.
and I be trying to tell her that it's not gonna happen like that, but she'll still. I said, Mom, can you please just leave it alone, just let it be? But she still wanna sit there and finish what she has to
Said
say.
you there, come on,
You understand? And I'm like, man, if you just say, what they call it, I got the cake in the room, verbal abuse. And that's what I tell her. I say, that's verbal abuse. I told my girlfriend the same thing as verbal abuse. They're was going through so much stuff, name calling me.
You know, those are the things, those are the behaviors that people have, that they use, okay, because they have a upper hand than you, okay? Upper hand meaning, your mom's house, you can go to your mom's house, you know, it's her, she has the upper hand. And sometimes when people have an upper hand, they want to do what they want to do with you and treat you the way they want to treat you. And that's not fair. So that's why I asked you, you know, do you have a plan? Things are gonna change if you have a plan. But if you're just gonna sit home and don't socialize with no one, Antonio, nothing is gonna change. You need to play the tape. Okay, what is it that I'm gonna do? Okay, this is what I want. These are my long-term goals. This is what I wanna do. How are you gonna get there? Those are your short-term goals. Because if you say, I'm gonna go home and I'm just gonna sit there and not socialize with no one, well, guess what? Next year will come around and you're gonna be sitting in the same spot. Hopefully, without having to violate no probation or anything like that. So what is the plan that you have this goes for anybody. What is your plan? What is my plan? You know, when you're done with this chapter of your life, what are you gonna do after that? What is it you're getting out of here that's gonna sharpen your skill set so you become more of a keen person, sharp, right? Keen is another word for sharp. How is it that you are gonna utilize what you learned here out there? You know, the words that you've used, the vocabulary, the stuff that you've learned. You're gonna go out there and now maybe teach your children. Teach your children. You have a better communication when you meet somebody, so you don't have the same slander you had 6 months ago, 9 months ago, however you've been here. So is you wanting a different outcome is great, but what are you gonna do to get that outcome? Because you can't expect to do the same thing and get a different result.
That's insanity.
It's not gonna happen. So me plus action equals new outcome. That's an equation that you should take with you and save it forever and ever in your lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you feel like, okay, me plus, I don't know, but I want my own house, well, what is the action? What are you gonna do to get there? Yeah. And a lot of times it's scary, a lot of times it's frightening because then you're on your own, but it's okay. At least you know that wherever you go is gonna be your peace of mind, your space. Nobody's gonna tell you, nobody's gonna slam the door on you, nobody's gonna tell you otherwise. You say, I wanna take off my shoes and throw the damn shoe right there. Well, that shoe's gonna be there until you decide to pick it up 7 days later, if not the very next minute. Yep, so when I was in college, I did not room with anybody because I don't know how to be a roommate. I did not know how to be a roommate.
I'm not a fan of being a roommate.
I don't like roommates. I don't like people touching my shit. I don't like people coming there, sitting on my chair, watching my television, thinking you're gonna use my toothpaste or my makeup. So I always made it my business to work and pay for my own whatever I can get out of scholarship, because scholarships don't pay for dorms. I will pay myself. Because I know I don't know how to be, I don't know how to shit. Things that you know that you don't like, things that you know that you don't appreciate, it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just I know that if I do it, I'm gonna end up in some sort of trouble because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm setting myself up for failure
Yep.
because I don't appreciate no one sharing my space. So, so with you, everybody in here, when you're getting ready to get out of here, just know that you need to have a plan, an action plan. What is it that you're gonna do when you get out of here? So many hours before you leave, week before you leave. What is it you're gonna do?
Even when I get out, I know I'm thinking of going to my dad's. I'll find out more today. But
You're not
that's
sure?
Huh?
You're not sure?
No, I'm like 98% sure.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
gonna confirm with him today.
Yeah.
But that's just a temporary thing. I'm going to spend time with them. I'm not going to live with
Stay
them
there.
forever.
Yeah.
I have my plan of what I want to do, my short-term goals, why I'm there, and then I have my long-term goals. So it's not like I'm going to live there.
Yeah. Okay. So put your thoughts into action. Give yourself a good plan so you can have a different outcome. Is it going to be easy? Most definitely not. Is it going to be is this just gonna land on your lap? It's not going to land on nothing. You gotta go out there and get it. So as far as anybody trying to get anybody in here angry, upset, whatever you do, just walk away, take a deep breath.
That's just like a song I know. But Outkast, Outkast, let's say you need to get out, you need to get up, get out and do something.
Yeah.
Don't spend all your time trying to get out. You gotta get
You
out.
got it. You really have the formula, man. All you gotta do is put it into action. There's a lot of things that people here will
Motivate.
motivate you, and at the same time, they're gonna drag you down.
If you let them,
if you let them. So you make sure you stay on one route,
if you
the
let
positive one.
Yeah, because you can get in that little click that's not
Mhm.
conducive to your.
not even the little clique, it's just like certain people in general, it's like, yeah, no. Take care of that.
Antonio, you're doing MRT? You've never done MRT? So you know that she wants you to do like whole tons of homework, right? You know that she wants you to do like 8 days worth of homework. So I'm gonna make you do MRT the next 8 days. I'm not going to do whatever she wants homework. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to, what did she say? Progress you. You're gonna do MRT. You're gonna go to MRT today, and you're going to start today on step 1, and I wanna see it tomorrow. You're gonna do it every day until next Friday, so you're gonna have 8 steps done every day. Yes, that's gonna be your homework.
One step a day. 8 steps total.
So you have
Going MRT.
from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. to read and get that stuff done.
Come up with a question to answer.
Oh, there's questions and answers there. So you're gonna give me all that stuff.
Yeah, step 1 is the pyramid of life, and then you testimony.
Just don't let the BHD try to.
Oh, you talking about what he did up there? Oh,
Well,
say like your life.
Like
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna,
that's similar, but that's a different, this MRT is more, this shit is better, though, trust me, you really, you understand, like, that shit.
All right, so they're done. You guys are in the back, right?
Huh?
I'm gonna get the certificate.
No,
No,
because you're
you're
not
not
gonna be
completing.
done with 12.
Yeah, you got